Hello again, freshmen. Let's get started on your week for the week of September 21st. And this week you're going to be working on the Odyssey Part 2, as you can see here, but I'm going to switch over to my demo class so that you can see what it'll look like from your point of view. So, of course, if you're watching this video, you've already found Watch This First. Notice that assignment number 1 for this week is MemBean. It's not really an assignment, it's material here, but I've given you a place to log in for MemBean if you need one, and a reminder to complete your 30 minutes of MemBean training with 50% accuracy before midnight Friday. And by the way, if you have not already seen it, I have sent you an email and I have posted under announcements on the main page MemBean expectations, and I have also posted them over here. Well, they'll be over here later in the week. Okay, so make sure that you are following the expectations from MemBean and understanding what you're supposed to be doing. There are several of you who are doing it correctly every week. There are several of you who are not completing your full 30 minutes every week. And there are even a few of you who have not done a single minute of MemBean since the year started. So make sure that you are getting that finished. Number 2 is a NoRedink assignment, Misplaced Modifiers Diagnostic. So let's click on this. It's time to begin your work for the first NoRedink unit of the year. After looking at the diagnostic for the beginning of the year, misplaced modifiers was the skill that people needed more help on than anything, it seemed like. So this is a diagnostic to see what specific types of misplaced modifiers are hurting you the worst. The better you do on this diagnostic, the less work you have to do in the actual unit as it starts next week. So do the best you can on it. You will get a 100 for completing it. Click on the link below to log into NoRedink. When you've logged in, you will see an assignment entitled Misplaced Modifiers Diagnostic. When you do, click on it and complete that diagnostic exactly the same way as you did before and submit it. And if you would please come back and click Mark as Done when you get finished there. Then number 3, comparing creation. Nope, sorry, it's another class. Number 3 is your CSET for this week. So let's view that question. Odysseus has survived a return home even as all his men have perished around him. Think about the conflicting emotions his survival may be having on them. First, I want you to A, click on the link below to an AP news story and read the article. When you click on it, it takes you to a story called Homer Can Help You. War veterans use ancient epics to cope. And remember, Homer is the author of the Odyssey, so that's what they're talking about. So go ahead and read this article. It's not too awful bad. It's a regular newspaper type article. When you finished it, it's got you in the mindset of soldiers who are returning home from battle and the losses that they've endured. So then I want you to think about that and then use it to help you answer what effect do you think Odysseus' journey has had on him. And feel free to use anything from the Odyssey Part 1 or anything from the AP News story to help you write this as your specific, use it as your specific evidence. And then afterwards, after you finish, choose 2 of your classmates' responses and comment upon them. And as always, type your answer here where it says your answer. Number 4. Again, the wrong class, sorry. Number 4 is the Odyssey Part 2. Same as last week, except it's Part 2. 22-page file with a lot of color illustrations. If you had trouble with scrolling through it last week, then download this one as well, and it'll help you. You have to read the entire text this week. Again, don't ignore the blue summaries because they summarize other parts of the story. If you need to use the notes and close read questions, then do so. If you don't, then don't. And when you finish reading it, make sure you go back and complete the Odyssey Part 2 questions assignment. Speaking of which, number 5 is the Odyssey Part 2 questions. View the assignment. Once you've completed reading Part 2 of the Odyssey, A, open the attached Google Doc entitled the Odyssey Part 2 questions. And the doc is not, oh, there it is. Then complete each boldface question by clicking the box beside answer and typing your response. Same as last week. Let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, so the questions look very similar. They require the same length of response, about a paragraph for each one of these different answer boxes here until you get down to number 4. Now, number 4 is asking you, it gives you an explanation of what an epic simile is, and it asks you to look at an example of an epic simile, and then it asks you several questions about the epic simile, about what two things are compared and such. So you need to read the entire question here and notice the length of this. This is all talking about one question. So notice the length of this. This is going to require you more than a short paragraph to respond to. It may take you 2 or even 3 paragraphs to finish it, or you may be able to finish it in one long paragraph. But regardless, it's going to take you more to answer this question than it will to answer these questions up here. If you have trouble with this, just think of it as a really short essay, not even a 5-paragraph essay, but it will require more than just a short paragraph, thus it being called an extended response activity. Okay, once you finish that up, go back and look at number 6, which is your last assignment for the week. And it is your first poem for class, Penelope, Close Reading and Analysis. The Odyssey has inspired many other works over the centuries, including many poems. A, open the attached form entitled Penelope, Close Reading and Analysis and follow the instructions on the form to complete it. So let's click on it. And as you can see, I have pasted a copy of the poem. This is the entire poem, all 10 lines of it. It's called Penelope, and it's by a fairly famous author named Dorothy Parker. She was a writer as well as an actress back in the early 1900s, all the way through the middle of the 1900s. So for about 50 years, she was pretty famous, and she's got a very good sense of humor, and there's a wry sense of humor in this poem as well. There are only 5 questions, so answer the questions to the best of your ability. They lead you through the poem pretty straightforwardly, and this is just kind of get you used to the type of analysis that you're going to have to do of poems. But this is a very simple version of it. We'll get a little bit more complicated later. When you finish the answers, make sure you click submit, and when you finish that, you are done for the week. So if you have any questions while you're working on any of these assignments, as usual, email me and I will help you if I can. And of course, you're always welcome to log on to the Google Meet Friday at 1:30. I will be there as well. So if you got any problems, let me know. And be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my videos. That was a joke. Bye, y'all.